welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at a future-proof list. So, what this is, I've been playing quite a bit on the experimental server recently. I've actually only recently got my first PvP games in, and what I wanted to do was go back to the live server for a little while and make a few videos here. And what I've put together is a list of units, none of which are actually having any sort of downside from the future, some of which are even getting buffed. So my idea is, if I can win with this list, it's only going to get better in the future. So as far as I can remember, this may not be 100% perfect, but every unit on this list is either okay as it is going to get a buff, or in some cases is just exactly the same. And the point is to avoid anything that's been nerfed, so that we're not playing anything that's too OP on the live server. And also to avoid anything that's currently got a bounty. So the bounties are obviously changing, we're not necessarily sure what they are at any point in time, but to the best of my knowledge, this list doesn't have any problems with bounties. So we don't have any that have overlapped here or anything like that. So what we've got is we've gone for an early melee package of Antios, Drumdancer Tlalli, and of course bringing in Blindsider Eztli as well. With this, we've gone for Extilior. Now Extilior and the captains don't seem to have any changes on the live server. However, the changes to the placement and choosing where you go really benefits an Extilior in some situations to be able to place as close to your opponent as possible. So on to follow up here, we've got Detonia, who actually seems really good in a slower meta, and Aria, who is basically taking the place of those former 2 damage 2 drops, so things like Deadeye, things like Taria before her nerf. Aria seems to fit that bill quite well as maybe a nice looking 3 drop. We've still got Maximus in there as a 2 drop, who's obviously going to be a very strong choice, but he's currently being nerfed on the server, so we're not playing him in this version. We've got Broken Vengeance, who I actually just really enjoy as a unit and have been wanting to play for a while. Crosshair, who I think is actually quite powerful with a lot of damage coming out. I think it's something that we could really consider playing a bit more of anyway. And lastly, Peacemaker Balam, and Balam's ability on the experimental server has actually gone down to 1 Cinder. So every single one of these has been either improved, stayed the same, or these are the things that are going to be safe if all the changes on the live server come to it. This is still going to be a valid list. Obviously the assist changes make a big difference, the objective changes change things as well, but I really like how this feels. So I'm going to jump into some games and see how this goes. If you enjoy this, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment, let me know what your list would be if you were trying to do this sort of thing as well. And if you do really want to support the channel, head on over to the Patreon in the link in the description and you can support me over there. I'm incredibly grateful for anyone who supports me in any way, shape or form, be it watching a video or signing up over on Patreon, anything in between. So either way, hopefully you enjoy this video and I'll see you in game. Okay, we found our first match. You may notice things have changed slightly in the room. It is actually slightly later in the day, and once again I believe Crosshair has done us the favour of queuing up just to make sure we've got an opponent to play against. And Crosshair doesn't know what list I'm playing or what video I'm recording or anything like that, so I might be about to get brutalised. Oh, bear with me a moment. Okay, so we found a game. You may notice things look a little bit different here. I'm actually, it's a completely different time of day. Oh, okay, here we've got Corrosive and Nanoshield or Stasis and Cinder. I like Stasis and Cinder Fusion here. But basically, Crosshair was kind enough to come and play against us. I'm assuming this, yeah, it is them. And essentially, we didn't actually tell Crosshair what list we're playing or anything like that. So we've gone for something that's a little bit of a surprise to them. So basically, Crosshair has no idea what we're doing, and we are just going to be trying to play as seriously as possible. We should be free of lines of sight here with Tlalli. Yeah, perfect. So they can check Tlalli's movement, stay just outside of range. That looks just in range to me. Yeah, so that's just out of range, that's fine. And then, oh, crit immediately is brutal. So this feels like it's going to be a Maximus or something. Mostly because Maximus is the only 1 drop in the game.
Where am I? Just kidding.
So the question here is, how do we go about this? What do we deploy and where? I'm really uncertain because we can't quite get in range here. We could just go all out and just go for it regardless. We can only deploy Detonia or Antios. I feel like we might just be coming just out of range here, bringing Extilior down as far as we can, And honestly, just deploying an Antios somewhere awkward. Maybe let's deploy Antios here to make it harder for Max to hit us. So, yeah, let's do that. I actually don't think I need to Shield of Hope. I'd rather save the Cinder. So now I've got Antios and Tlalli. So if they don't put any pressure here, next turn we can just play Detonia or just double activate. That miss is nice for us, actually. Especially if we can then get a turn where we can stun. We need to find something that's going to be safe. So yeah, they're going to run away. We could potentially have... Yeah, so this hit won't get us out of range, but they can put something in the way, especially if they have like a Beatrice. But this Second Wind, I forgot Second Wind even exists. I've immediately just had like a visceral reaction to that. I didn't want to play against it. Okay, so we have got a route in which we can kill Beatrice here, so I guess that's what we have to go for. But it involves using all of our Cinder and not really developing anything. But honestly, I don't know what else we do. So I think we Inner Energy here, Battle Frenzy here, go for this and hope we get a crit. A crit would be nice. We did not, but that's fine, so we just move this over here. So I don't think we can even do anything with Tlalli really, apart from maybe block a little bit here. So we'll just take this hit. It was awkward because Tlalli was blocking our way towards with Extilior. So Extilior is going to come here, and then I actually think we save Cinder Infusion because both of these could potentially die, and we want to give them as few options towards that as possible. But we dealt with Beatrice, but we're going to lose 1 to 2 of our units here. Probably 1. But okay, Maximus taking this is a good shot of it missing. Oh, he's just going Extilior. Okay, that's actually okay for us, because we can turn on their captain, because they've only got 20 health, and we can just chip huge amounts of damage down. In fact, I forgot, my brain was stuck on experimental mode. I thought we were dealing with 25 health, so that's why I went for Beatrice there, because I figured we won't be able to rush them down, because I did the maths in my head as to what their life total would end up as. But I was wrong. That's not what life total they had. That movement feels like a mistake. Antios can live here. If they go for our captain, depending on what they deploy... Oh, this is like a Ion Storm, that's pretty awkward. Or Disruptor would be... Yeah, Disruptor's pretty nasty for us. Okay, then that being able to move away. Okay, so we got the hit back, which is nice. They could have just moved first. So I think we do have to go for this, basically.
What is this?
I think we just run everything into them and try and go for a defensive play. They've got 4 damage on the battlefield now, plus whatever this is. So, Tantan. That's really difficult for us to deal with. Ion Storm there, that's fine. We don't care about that. So we're just going to go for this. We did get the hit. You know what, I think we're just running all in here. We're not going to be in range next turn. Oh no, that's awful news. So that will put them down to 13, and then 13 would go to 8. We'd have 4 next turn, so we need to add 4 more damage to the battlefield somehow. So I think that's going to be by doing this. So I think, yeah, so if we Sword of Justice here... Oh no, because this doesn't trigger immediately. What a fool. And then I guess we just stun here, and but the lack of movement assist is really difficult. It's amazing to me how different this feels to the experimental server. This doesn't even feel like the same game. It doesn't feel anywhere near as interactive. Like, it's still fun. I'm still enjoying it, but you know, we can't actually. We don't have as much control over our fate, if you know what I mean. As in, like, there's nothing here that feels, oh, you know, we've got this, or. Not sure how this goes. I think they're going to be safe here, especially with Chuck. So what we need to do now is find a way of not taking 9 damage next turn. So, or 7. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 damage on the battlefield. So we need to find ways of taking that much less damage. So we can deal with something here. We can do some damage here. We can plonk some of these down. So I actually think what we're probably going to do is we're guaranteed to miss as well as the thing. So we can get this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to take out 2 things is the problem, and I don't actually wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from that. Yeah, so if we can take out Deadeye, we're actually in with a chance here. So I don't think we're out of this. So we can do 2 damage over here, or we can just... We've got 6. 6 actually makes a difference. So if we move here, can we get anything into range? This gets into range. Antios doesn't. So if we do this... Okay, I've got a plan. We're going to Battle Frenzy ourselves and hit for 4. Antios is going to inner energy. Pop over here and hit this. Oh no, wait. We actually might be leaving ourselves open. Not if this blocks the route though. Okay, so lob explosives. This kills these. Go for this. We're just going to miss guaranteed. Move over here. And Chuck and Co can't get into range of us. So they've only got 4 damage that can consistently get onto us now. They can kill Antios, but at least we get another turn. Like, we're presenting lethal, but the problem is they've got so many options to deal with this. So this is fine. We know this is coming. I think they may, yeah, I was going to say they may have been looking for a crit there or something. Okay, they're trying to block us in place. So they're going to deploy us into place here, which is absolutely reasonable. If they use Chuck to kill this, then yeah, that's probably pretty close to game with them reliant on a crit next turn. But who knows? Unless we could use, say, Tlalli to kill something that's blocking the way over to their Zax, and then we could use Detonia to finish it off in conjunction with this, because we've got enough Cinder. Oh, the Grav Disc. The Grav Disc does it. If they... Oh no, because they can't get Chuck into range, because Chuck's just moved. So Chuck can only toss. There's nothing left to attack. That does... Yeah, that's not it. Sure, we miss. So, have we got an out here? I don't think we do. We need a Scattervine here. A Scattervine would have made the difference. Or if we'd put the Bitol in my list that I was considering at one point, that would have absolutely been the case. So, we can Sword of Justice, and we just need to, like, find a way to... Oh! Okay, I wasn't sure I was going to do that, but I guess we are doing that now. I guess that doesn't really matter. So we've got a Shield of Hope here. No. Is there another way? Okay, so Maximus is going to kill us, so there's no world in which we can't Shield of Hope. We have to Shield of Hope. And then we probably have to deploy something in here to make a mess. I would like to just make things difficult. But we can't deploy multiple things. I think we've just lost our opportunity here, basically. We can't get in to do enough damage. That spin might have been the issue, because we didn't really want to spin, I just misclicked. Yeah, we're not in range of anything. I think this is a good concede here. We're going to have to just try and get optimistic and try and find ways to... Let's just try and be super greedy and pop this down here.
Someone's worst days here.
We'll slap Chuck in case it helps. None of this should do the job. There is a world in which we live, but it's very unlikely. That's, yeah. There we go. And then a stylish finish with a big crit as well. That was a great finish from Corella there. Definitely happy to see that. That was a definite style play there. Oh, my track record has not been going well versus Corella recently. Let's go again. Say the list may be future-proof, but the win rate is not. Absolutely thrown around that battlefield. Let's see if we can get one more in. Oh, apparently... Oh, I've just been told that there's a couple of people queuing, and I'm fairly confident they're going to have queued into each other. So I'm now going to be the odd one out because I stopped... Oh no, we got a game. So there's now Pax and Corallar who are both queuing, and potentially other people as well. Okay, Gloomside Extilior, but not the full season pass, makes me think this could be Pax. What have we got here? Disruptor Stowaway. I think it's Extilior, so Disruptor's good, but I think Stasis and Orbital's great together. If it was separate, I wouldn't take it, because Orbital's just so lackluster. Oh, it's another Corallar list, okay. And we're going to place out Tlalli as previously done. Yeah, so we can get here slightly away from the wall so we don't get trapped. And just keep applying pressure, but again, no movement assist is brutal. The fact that we could now decide to have Stim Burst a lot of the time on the experimental server, it confuses me as to why you wouldn't take it. It's just so much mobility. I think it's fantastic. Okay, so that's their Maximus, so we can start playing defensively over here. So if we go to here without a Stim Burst, they can't quite hit us with this. They can spin, but they can't fully kill us. And then again, we're missing good early drops here. Where does this move up to? There. So I'd say we put Antios about here. This looks about safe. Yeah, so they can get in here and spin, but then they're going to take 8 damage from that. If they can get 2 hits off though. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I should have put these the other way round, because that way Antios would be here, and Antios has 5 health. Oh no, it couldn't, because it couldn't move. Yeah, so if they hit both of these, we're in trouble. If they have a captain, that could be good. We want one of these to miss, basically. It's a hard choice. I think I'd probably go for this and then clear the unit. Okay, good. They didn't hit. Oh, they're just running away. Okay. Interesting. So luckily we've got our stun, so at some point we're going to be able to catch up. This is going to be a Beatrice, I feel like, because Beatrice is terrifying. And then we can place probably a... If it is Beatrice, we don't want to place Broken Vengeance. Yeah, it's Beatrice, and then Second Wind. Second Wind feels worse now that I've played without it. Like, feels worse to deal with. I mean, not like a worse ability, just actually just less enjoyable to deal with. Let's place this here. And we're going to just move in this direction.
Be fierce and fun.
So they may be able to get close to it, but not quite close enough in theory. And then, honestly, I don't know what we play here, but Broken Vengeance could be funny. But I think it's probably just Blindsider Eztli. Maybe back here, or maybe further forward. In fact, where can we deploy? Let's do this. There we go. Yeah, you did a thing. So Beatrice is very likely to take the damage off of this, which is nice. Yeah, they can deal 5 damage to Broken Vengeance, but that's not too bad either. It's slowing things down. It puts them, I think, maybe even on that. Yeah, they're still going to take 3 from Orbital here as well. So they can't quite get there without taking damage on Orbital, which is nice. So that Orbital actually worked out really well for us. Their only safe spot is just up here, fully running away, which is probably what they wanted in the first place. There is this option, which we did, as I point out, we were slightly too close. This feels like a Disruptor. Ion Storm, okay. So maybe this is the turn. Yeah, they're just going to go for us. So here they can just spend 2 Cinder and an attack and just kill our unit. But we can start just dealing with everything that we need to. So they're not going to take 3, but how can we follow this up? Because we've got stun next turn and Blindsider Eztli. Yep, so Beatrice just takes this hit. This falls down, we stick ourselves in here and start going to push the damage out. So they've got their own Eztli, which is fine. I think we're just going for this now, and just going all in. Not worried about the spin, we've still got a good shot with thingy. Good shot with thingy. Well done. Okay, I'm going to move into here. I'm going to get this hit. Oh, I forgot to stun first. Oops. Nothing here really. Are we really trapped like this? This is absurd to be trapped here. So we could just play Detonia, or we could just put some damage through. Ah, she missed. So let's push the damage in here. I think this is about where we want to be. Beatrice can get the shot through onto this, which is frustrating, but we've got them down to 11. So we've got 5, 6, 7. We've got 11 as it stands. But if they can hit both of these, we're in trouble. Okay, they can only hit one, that's good. And there's a small chance Beatrice dies here. They've got their stasis, okay. So now we have to find a way to deal with Beatrice back. But they did hit their own captain down to 9. So they have to kill something here, that's fine. We might be able to get them to chunk their own Maximus a little bit. Nectar Vine, okay. So they've gone for that, that's fine. So they've got 5, 6, 7, potentially 11, 12, 13 damage next turn. So that's loads. Loads more than we have available to us. But we're no longer stunned. We can spin to kill Beatrice. Oh, no, yeah, they've just used this actually. Yeah, we're still stunned next turn. Yeah, this is the turn we're stunned. Okay, so what can we do? We know we're taking 5, 6, 7.
Focus on the wind.
Not one for small talk.
Oh, just out of range of getting into melee range of Beatrice as well, so we've got a 0% there. We can keep Maximus just trapped. I think we have to just keep applying damage and trying to keep this blocked in place. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage here. So we're basically relying on no crits from them. Oh no, we don't have enough damage to... I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. This is probably a given. We just deal with that. We could use 2 here and place 3 Cinder, then we're still not giving them space to move. Yeah, this applies pressure as quick as possible. And we have to make sure they can't run away as easily, so we're going to place our Eztli just here, I believe. And that'll have to be it. I don't know if this is enough again. I think we might be losing. We're on a losing streak versus Corellar recently. Including in many different formats. If this is a Bytol, we're just dead. No, it's too big to be Bytol. Bytol's small based. Okay. This is... Oh, it's Quetzali. We are very dead because Eztli can just move around here and get the last damage in. So this absolutely works. Yeah, I'd just be moving all the way around. I don't know why they'd just make all that movement around here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Maximus could be 10. Oh, Maximus is still trapped. Okay, so yeah, maybe placing that has actually made it more difficult. They can kill this and then run away. But maybe that's... Okay, that wasn't quite enough damage to hope for, but they don't have anything to do here, and they have to move to attack. Is that in range of Quetzali? It is. Unfortunately, it is. That crit's nice. That means we can actually kill that next turn. So maybe now we have to run away. I mean... Okay. They got the damage in. So we have to figure out how to prevent any damage coming in here. And there's obviously absolutely no way of doing that. So what I'm going to do... just spin and hit to kill that. We're going to deploy... Who's got the most health? Detonia's got the most health. So pop Detonia down... Let's pop Detonia down here. Take this shot. Shield of Hope ourselves. And let's just... Given they can't get around there, let's just place it here. Because this is the only other route they can go down. Making it even harder. So we can move here, but we don't need to. This is such an odd spot. So Max doesn't get to move, but it doesn't matter because he's trapped. They can move all the way around, but then they're taking 3 from this. There's no guarantee of killing us, but a crit would do it. They've got Ion Storm again. They can try and chunk Detonia out. Again, they've got all the movement in the world. This was completely a zoning play to make sure they couldn't go all the way around and try and damage us. And it gives us the opportunity next turn to try and start moving away, but... Again, we've got 8 Cinder, so we've got a lot of Cinder next turn, but we don't have enough things to do. If they start blocking us in place... Ooh, Scattervine. Okay. So with a couple more potential Scattervines, we're in a lot of trouble. I actually think we probably just lose to the vines. Yep, growing first is correct, so you don't get killed to a crit. And then that can move away. This can hit and then move away. Yeah, this is a really difficult spot. If one of these was a crit, we'd feel a lot better. And no, but that's their unit cap. They can use Ion Storm, yeah. Is that it? Okay. So Detonia can kill 2 of these if we need to, rather than Extilior. Their Extilior's got Shield of Hope, so what if we just do this? Give her a shield. Deal with this. Shoot this and hope we get it. If we do, that's great. Okay, we'll move. So we need to protect Extilior is the thing. So how best to do that? I think if we place him here, place Detonia just out in front to block it out, and place Crosshair, say, up here to block this angle. There we go. And we're going to keep stacking Shield of Hope on ourselves as many turns as we can. So we've actually got a crew advantage, but we've got a health disadvantage. But they don't have any damaging crew on the board, they've just got 2 utility crew. So Extilior can go basically wherever he wants, but he's putting himself at damage for doing so. And we've got a stun coming next turn, so it may be that we have to just use it on whatever this crew is, unfortunately. But if needs be, we can almost guaranteed kill the Nectarvine, I suppose, but that's not really what we want to be doing. We've got Balam and Aria. Balam could be really interesting here. Like, we have to kill whatever they play, basically. And it's a Chuck, which is not good for our killing a thing potential. Which means we have to layer up double layers of protection here. So now this puts us on a point where killing Chuck is a priority. We should be able to get an angle with Crosshair. Shrapnel's just brutal. So let's see what we can do. We're not out of this yet. It might be that we need to stun Extilior here and just run at things. Because we don't have much damage coming in. We need a big crit on this. Okay, they're just running away, that's fine. They've got no more crew? Ooh, okay.
Visibility hazy today?
So let's just go... Here feels right for this. Let's try and get the damage in. Big crit. Okay, that's a great situation for us. So use this to block another angle, which is what we need to do. deal with this. We can use... So Detonia can go about here. I think here's still about right. We'll lob the explosive onto these two. And then we need to place another unit here to protect us. Because they shouldn't be able to get around the top.
Please don't make me mingle.
Shield and hope ourselves again. I don't think we move because we blocked that way, blocked that way. I don't think they've got enough movement to get all the way around this side. So I actually think we save the stun. You know what, actually? Given that there's a lot of... I think we save our stun. Shrapnel can get in on us, but that's fine. And if we can get through Chuck or Shrapnel... Yeah, this is fine. We don't mind Shrapnel going through. Because it's only one hit here. We've got 2 shields on, so we're still going to be at 3. Yep. And then the plan can be to stun that next turn, place Orbital down, and then we're still only needing to hide from 1 unit. We can use Crosshair to take it out in the future. This toss doesn't matter.
Let's get you wheels.
I mean, that's also fine. It's really interesting what they do with Extilior here. So this hit doesn't matter unless it's a crit. And there's the stasis. Okay, this is what we knew was coming.
We will hold them off.
So we need to get good angles here. I think it looks like they're using this to block, which is clever. But I think we're in a reasonable spot. Like, we're almost guaranteed to be able to deal with these. We just need to keep Extilior safe. And the question is... Oh, because he's stunned, yeah. So, that's in melee range, so this has to be at least a slight move back. So if this moves to here, where can Crosshair get an angle to? Can we get a good angle? So over here is a fine angle for this. So we can't get an angle onto Chuck with Crosshair, unfortunately, apart from like a minus 30%. So if that's the case, what do we do here? I think we have to go for this at minus whatever we can get. Minus 40. There we go. So this needs to hit. 86, you're pretty good. Okay, so Detonia lobs explosives here. Aria just takes this shot.
Not one for small talk.
Broken Vengeance is going to move over here and take this shot.
I scope with my little scope.
Gonna stick Orbital here and a stun. Quick Balam. I don't know if that was the right place for Balam. I might have actually left them a space. I think Balam needs to go here, and I think I've left them enough space to get in here and hit Extilior. But the question is, can they move there? Oh, I think I had this game and I think I lost it in the last moment. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happened. I placed Balam in the wrong spot. Yeah. Yeah, Corallar spotted it. Oh, no! No, wait. Have they not spotted it? No, they spotted it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Oh, no. That's exactly where I should have placed Balam. It was that timer panicked me. I think we had that game had we not done that. I think we had it. Because we kill this next turn, we basically keep Extilior out of range of this, block all the roots off. Oh, what a good game. I think that's going to have to be it for this video. Those were some really intense games, and I need to get recording for more content on top of this. If you've enjoyed this, please do hit that subscribe button. Please do like the videos. I'm still having a lot of fun doing this. I'm trying to think of ideas for more content to keep us going until the new patch comes out. And I think we've got about a month until that happens. So if you've got any ideas, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you want to see me try. And if you, again, want to support the channel, head over to the Patreon in the link below. It'd be fantastic. But most importantly, regardless of all of that, have a good day.